everyone and welcome to the we're making these delicious sweet crepes. You're absolutely going to love this recipe. You'll be amazed at how easy and simple and yet very delicious this recipe is. For this recipe, you're going to need 2 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. You also need 2.5 cups of milk, 3 large eggs, 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, and 1 teaspoon of salt. For filling and topping the crepes, these are some of the options that we love using: fresh strawberries and bananas. Of course, let's not forget the best ingredient, which is Nutella or any hazelnut spread. And you can use any nuts. We're using crushed pecans, you can use walnuts or even almonds. Ice cream pairs up really well with crepes. So we're using Rocky Road and cookies and cream. You can use your favorite as well as whipped cream. The first step is to sift our flour. This is a very important step. Make sure you don't skip it. This is to get rid of any lumps in the flour. So you can either use a sifter for flour or a strainer if you don't have one. So let's get to it. Okay, the process of sifting the flour is really simple. All you do is pour the flour and give it a few taps. Tap, 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 tap. And look at how pretty the flour looks. Looks like almost like powdered sugar. Makes it nice and neat. So if you have a sifter at home, that makes it even easier, but this works great too. Any strainer. Looks like snow. You see the lumps? We don't want those lumps. We're gonna get rid of those lumps. And you can just crush them like this. If you want to use all the flour. And all done. After sifting the flour, we add our teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna just combine it with the flour. Okay, we have our flour ready. We are going to blend everything together, starting with our wet ingredients, which is the milk, the eggs, and the butter, and then the flour, and we'll blend everything together. And we're starting with our milk. And our butter. And our eggs. I'm using my Ninja blender. I love using this blender because you don't even have to choose a setting. It auto senses the mixture, so you just click on and you just blend. For this recipe, make sure you're using a non-stick pan and make sure it's wide enough depending on the size of your crepes that you want to make. Okay, carefully pour the batter about halfway through the pan. This is not a pancake, so right away we want to make sure start giving its shape carefully. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, it's to thin it out. And let it cook for maybe 30 seconds or a minute. Make sure your heat is not too high because we don't want to burn it. Probably medium, low heat. To know when to flip it, the edges are already like lifting up a little bit. You can always check if the bottom is browning a little bit, not too much. And then flipping it carefully. Like this. It has a little bit of browning, not too much. Depending how toasted you want it, it's up to you. Okay, it's ready. Let's finish the rest of our batch and repeat the process. Our crepes are done. This recipe makes around 7 to 10 large crepes. If you want to make more, you just double the recipe. And come here, let's take a look at these bad boys. Our crepes are done. This is the consistency. They're soft, thin, pliable, They look like almost like flour tortillas, but trust me, they're not flour tortillas, but they smell amazing. Look at this. Can't wait to eat them right now. Time for the fun part, which is plating the crepes. So we're using Nutella, of course. This is the star of the show. Be generous with your Nutella. You can never have too much Nutella. Okay. Now I love using pecans on the inside. Use pecans or any nuts. Then some strawberries. And of course, our ice cream. I'm using Rocky Road, which is one of my favorites. As you can see, I'm placing everything on one side because we're gonna fold it a certain way. So fold, triangle. Nice, nice. Now we add a little bit more Nutella on the outside. And let's not forget the whipped cream. You can add more nuts on the outside. I'm gonna add more nuts because I love pecans. Let's add our whipped cream. Or a little bit of nuts. And we're done. We're done. This is how I like it. I love so much chocolate. It's my favorite. You can put anything you want in yours. This is by your choice. So I can't wait to eat it right now. This is my favorite part of every recipe. Trying it out. Let's make sure we get a little bit of the ice cream as well. No goodness. That is yummy. Cups of all-purpose flour. Oh, I hope I don't mess up with that.